Hi, I'm Vanessa from Premier Tax Solutions, and in this video I'm going to cover 10 business hacks for entrepreneurs. The first hack is mindset. So I could do a whole video on this alone, so it's going to be hard to distill it down into just a few sentences. Being a business owner is hard most of the time, and so you need to have the right mindset. Things don't always go to plan, and nearly every day you're going to have something that you've got to deal with. You need to believe in yourself and believe in your business. You need to accept sometimes things are going to fail, but that doesn't mean it's over, and being resilient is key. Make sure that your mind is open to new ideas, to helping each other, to earn more, and to create your own luck. Thinking this way enables you to uncover problems in the business and see them as opportunities. Nothing great ever happened in a comfort zone. Hack number 2 is hiring the right people. You've heard about that bad apple, right? The one that spoils all the others? It's true for people too. If one person isn't aligned with the business culture, it's probably only a matter of time before they start to infect everybody else. This is where the saying, hire slow and fire fast comes from. If somebody isn't working out in your business, you need to identify it as soon as possible. Otherwise, it's going to be costing the business. Hire slow doesn't mean waiting until you desperately need a member of staff. It means looking for exactly what you need and then waiting for it to come. You need to look at people's skills, experience, and personal attributes. You also need to think about the current team members and who would work well with them. One tool that we use is DISC profiling. This is based on people's natural personality styles. In order to have a well-rounded team, you need people with strengths in different areas. You should also look at what's needed for their particular role. We need a mix of dominant, influential, steady, and compliant team members. The third hack is constant learning. Remember what I said about mindset? Learning continually doesn't need to just be about your industry. Learning about things that might seem unrelated could actually spark ideas, make you a better leader, or help to revolutionise the way that you work. You don't need to think of it as learning, just think of it as being curious. It helps you to remain relevant, prepare for the unexpected, and reach your full potential. You should encourage your team to do this too. Research shows your employees' performance increases, their loyalty increases, knowledge is retained, and your customers' experience also improves. Hack 4 is set personal goals, set business goals, and make sure that they are aligned. You'll often hear people saying you need to know your why. This is the reason why you're doing something, why you started your business. Or it might be the reason why you made that New Year's resolution that you find it really hard to stick with. It's what keeps you going in tough times, it's what makes it all worth it, and it helps you plan where the hell you're going. We believe you need to start with your personal goals. What makes you smile? What have you always wanted to do? If money was no object, what would you be doing today? Like a magic wand. Doing it this way means that your personal goals are tied into your business goals. This makes your business goals more likely to be accomplished because it's something that you really want. A great way for your team to buy into the business goals is have a look at what their personal goals are and then tie them to your business goals. Whether it's money, more holidays, a promotion, it'll make them see why it's in the best interest for the company to hit their goals and how the employees are helping you to reach them. Hack 5. Don't work with just anyone. You're never going to please everybody 100% of the time, and vice versa. When building relationships, have you noticed that some are harder than others? You spend the majority of your life working, so you want to enjoy it. So you need to work with people that you actually gel with. Work with people that value and appreciate what you do, and be their painkiller. Wait, what? The most successful businesses solve a problem. They solve a pain in the ass. If you've got a headache or a tummy ache, you'll take painkillers. If that pain didn't go away, you'd look for stronger painkillers, even if they cost you more, and you need to be your client's painkiller. If you are that to your clients or customers, then they'll stick with you. If they don't understand what you're doing for them, or they think that you're a luxury, then it could be a lot harder for them to work with you. It'll be harder to retain them, and they'll be the ones asking, can you do it cheaper? If you're no longer making a profit from a customer, then what's the point in having them on board? Or it might be that they make your life a complete misery, so they're not worth the money. Just because somebody's willing to pay you doesn't mean that you need to accept the work. Hack 6 is recognise what you're good at and stop doing everything. We know what starting a business from scratch is like. You work all the hours you can and you do everything yourself because you can't afford to pay somebody else, let alone yourself. But at some point you need to stop doing everything yourself. It might be because you're doing 100-hour weeks and you still can't find the time, or because you don't have the knowledge, or because you finally realise that actually it'd be more efficient to pay somebody else to do it rather than trying to fumble your own way through it. It's the same with different parts of your role. There'll be some bits that you like more than others and some bits that you're a lot better at than others. If it's a large part of your role, then hire somebody that's better than you. They'll do a better job and probably quicker. It'll then free up your time so that you can do what you can do best. Hack 7 is use professionals. So following on from point 6, if it's something that doesn't occur all the time, or if it's a specific issue, get a professional in. Don't try and do it yourself. You'll spend more time on it trying to do it yourself than what you'd pay a professional. A caveat to this though is make sure you are using a professional. Don't just find the cheapest person. You need somebody that's competent, but although doesn't overcharge for what they do. Hack 8 is look for opportunities, but focus on what you do. If you're a business owner, then you'll find that you get bombarded with everybody trying to sell you something. Sometimes it might be useful to you in your business. Remember what I said about mindset and constant learning? Well, if you're practicing these two things, then you can't just ignore everybody that's trying to give you information about products. But you do need to be selective, otherwise you're not going to have time to run the business. You equally can't get excited about everything and think it's going to be the next big thing. You need to evaluate what effect is it going to have on the business and also on your profits. The only caveat to this is focus on just the one business. Don't start spreading yourself out on different ideas or starting a different business or starting something new just because it's a good opportunity. You'll never be great at what you do if there's not 100% of you in it. Investors don't like business leaders to have interest in more than one business, as it can look like you're not committed to that business. And how can they have full confidence in the business if the person they put in their trust into, i.e. you, isn't 100% committed in time and focus? Hack 9, learn to say no. Protect yourself and your time. As I've said, you're not going to please everybody all of the time. You, as everybody else, has a finite amount of time and energy. Some of the things that I've said might suggest that you should say yes to everything because there might be some sort of opportunity. And while you're starting out building your business, that might be true. But there'll come a point where you just can't do that anymore. And if you do, you might find yourself burnt out. Imagine that every day you've got 10 tokens and you're going to use a token every hour. What are you going to spend it on? Something that'll help your business? Or are you happy just throwing them all up in the air and losing them all for nothing? If you lose them all for a few days and your business is no further forward, how are you actually going to feel? If you actually choose what you're going to spend your tokens on, it'll mean that you're going to make more purposeful decisions and you're going to get a little bit closer to your goals. Hack 10 is build a strong network. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals, mentors, and experts that can offer you advice and support when you need it. I surround myself with other business owners because they just get the world that I live in. If I'm having a bad day or I'm struggling with something, which does happen, I've got so many other business owners that I can open up to. Even if they're not in my industry, we all go through the same things. I also have a business coach too, because sometimes you need that outside person to just point out things that are quite obvious, but you can't see it because you're in there. It's also great to have a soundboard. Hopefully you found these 10 hacks useful, and if you'd like to see more information from me, then give us a follow on YouTube. Thanks for watching.